So we're out and a boot. This is number 3 in our series of dumpster diving. And Danu is eating a half-eaten donut he found in a dumpster.
Creme brulee.
And that will be because in Quebec they're discussing in the news people getting fired on the job. Don't eat that donut yet. Half-eaten donut, and they got fired for eating a donut that was supposed to be leftover food. And it's all hullabaloo. Do you fire somebody on the job who's starving, and they don't have a lunch break, and they're eating what is leftover food? Can you do that? So here we have Danu. That's the donut. You found that donut? That donut?
Yeah, that's called a creme brulee.
No.
With nuts.
Wow. And you found that where?
Very elegant donut.
Where did you find that?
And look, you have the cream still hanging.
Beautiful. Where did you find that?
Where did I find this?
Which dumpster?
Let me see which one.
Which dumpster?
Dumpster number 4.
Where?
Number 4 is in back of this fancy restaurant that I found on St. Catherine Street West.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the name. It was a very fancy.
And you have no qualms
fancy, place
of eating that half-eaten donut
No.
that you found.
As a matter of fact, here, look.
What?
Delicious.
But don't you? Hey,
And you see this?
what?
I got it from the bin.
That was in the bin. Was it full? Because it looks like
full.
a cup.
It even had the cap.
I had the cap. Who would throw an?
But they were nice enough to leave the cap on.
No, but who would throw out a coffee like that? Who would not
I
drink
know,
that?
well, it's a cappuccino.
A cappuccino, and that was in the dumpster.
Yes.
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And so the people in Quebec who are now in the news for getting fired or 3 days off the job for, God forbid, they ate a donut
On
or
the job.
On
I
the
think
job,
it
a
has
half-eaten.
more
Yeah,
with on the job.
it was on the job.
That's
So
what
they
they
can
have to do.
actually go to the dumpster outside the building
Yeah,
which
they
they're
don't have to
working.
risk their job.
No, that donut will be thrown into the dumpster,
Yep.
and they could eat it out of the dumpster.
That's right. And they can keep their jobs.
That's unbelievable.
That's what Montreal has come down to. It's partly due to the pandemic too, eh? Because people were starving. The CERB ran out in 2021 of January, so people are still they're hurting. Still.
Now, are you recommending that people wash their hands,
Yes.
before going into the dumpster, right into?
Actually, I use gloves.
You use gloves.
Yes.
Oh.
Which I found a whole box of gloves in
In
another
the
bin.
dumpster. Oh yeah.
And I brought it out, so I have like a whole box, and I use.
That's unbelievable. Is there anything you?
Gloves didn't.
Is there anything you can't find in a dumpster?
What can't you find in a dumpster?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean, not a car. You're not going to find a big car,
Yeah. If you're looking for your bashert,
Who?
I don't think you're going to find it.
What?
Your bashert.
What is that?
Your soulmate.
Oh, soulmate won't be in a dumpster unless she's in that dumpster
Unless she's
looking
yes.
for something, and you open up the lid and you find another human being
I just-
foraging
yes.
like a wild animal
Yeah.
for a donut.
Actually, you remind me
yes.
something. There was a story
Yeah.
on that famous The Love Channel, whatever.
Yeah.
And they were talking about couples. And actually, so I'm wrong. I'm contradicting
Oh,
myself.
okay.
There's a story about two happily married a couple
Right.
that met. They actually met
At a dumpster.
at a dumpster.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is the marriage still lasting?
Yes.
Or is- or is
he
their marriage a
He
dump-
got her this beautiful ring, which she didn't pay for.
He found in a
found it
dumpster and another dumpster. Unbelievable. Look what you can find in dumpster diving. So this is a good solution to people that are, because there's cameras. There's cameras watching you at work. And if you sort of
work, yes.
yeah, and if you sort of like smuggle a donut out, the boss will catch you. Sir, hey, you can't do that. You're stealing. You're stealing from us. But
Okay.
if the same donut or bagel,
Yeah.
if they wait for a few more hours, which will be thrown into the dumpster, there's no problem. They're not stealing anymore from the business.
This actually, because it's not into the politics.
It's ecological.
Like,
It's
yes,
ecological because we're having an ecological conference downtown in Montreal. Big, huge. The COP conference, whatever it is, or eco diversity, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And as long as you can eat, you don't want food to be thrown out into the not from the dumpster into the a landfill or a garbage or whatever it is, you never used,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's recycling. So.
But you suggest washing your hands first. Mask, maybe a mask. Maybe you should have like three,
Yes,
at least
a mask
three.
is good, and gloves.
Last three COVID shots. You recommend COVID shots before you go into the dumpster?
You can get one at the dumpster now.
They give COVID shots at the dumpster.
That's
health, eh?
outside the Cary Square
That's-
Medical Center.
That's the Department of Health.
They have the doses that didn't
Unbelievable,
work out.
yes.
And they threw them out.
They threw those
but
out
they're
too?
still good. The mRNA is still.
I
good.
heard a lot of waste of vaccines. That's a tremendous idea. Rather than ship them to a third world country where they really need it, they're going to throw it into a dumpster. These.
Yeah. And me and my group will be there.
Unbelievable. There's so many things that we could do to combat waste,
Yes.
right?
Yes. And these small little things
Yeah.
add up to a big
But as
change.
long as you take the minimum hygiene measures
Yeah.
before you go into the dumpster,
Wear
gloves,
gloves.
wash your hands before you go. Wear gloves,
Mask.
a mask,
Okay, if you are worried about, actually, yeah, that's the basic.
at least a few COVID shots before you go into the dumpster
Yeah.
would be very nice. A flu shot maybe too, who knows? And then maybe you can find somebody's rapid COVID test at a dumpster too. They could after you go into the
one of my
dumpster.
members of the group found the home ones.
Yes,
box
that's
with five in the box,
6 or
untouched.
5, yeah, untouched. It's
The
unbelievable.
box wasn't even open.
Unreal, because people throw them out,
That's right.
or they think they expire after
Yeah.
a certain time, which they don't.
Or they just don't care and they throw
Yeah,
them
throw
out.
it out. I mean, all this waste could be saved, and people's jobs can be saved.
It would create more jobs.
It would
actually.
create more jobs. So it's wonderful. So you're doing actually a civic duty with the donut.
Yeah.
Is it a good donut? It looks
Very
good.
good. Creme brulee.
Wonderful. Beautiful. All right. So in closing, a serious issue is waste. Eco-friendly stuff.
That's the way
You
the
know,
world is going.
you know what I mean.
Big way.
A lot of
The world isn't going. Look at the,
yeah, and use like all this stuff. Like you don't want plastics around anymore, right?
Right.
And and you want less waste going to waste recycling, right? In the future, so maybe more this dumpster thing, which already is around the world, will catch on more, and there'll be like lineups around the block.
So I advise anyone.
You take a
who's-
number or something, and the first one goes in, and then. But what happens when everything is? The dumpster is empty, and people are still waiting in line. Should there be a sort of system, a voluntary system, where somebody says, "This dumpster is empty. You got to go to another one. There's nothing here."
Right.
So what do you say to that?
Well, we can do shift.
Shifts, but who would
Don't
tell?
forget, we have 2,000 members, and it started out of New York.
Yeah, but who would tell? Would you get a ticket? Maybe you would get a ticket, right? And then after, if it's the thing is empty, right?
Yeah.
Like after the 30th person or the 50th, you don't want to be a glutton. By the way, there should be some regulation about how much you can take out of the dumpster. Because people are waiting in line.
Oh.
You understand? You can't be a selfish dumpster diver.
Can't be a hazard.
Can't be
That's
a,
the first rule in joining the meetup for dumpster diving.
Right.
First rule is don't be a hazard.
Be
You're with other
ecologically
people,
conscious.
Let's
Yes.
have fun together.
It's humanity. It's humanity at the slowest point, but it's still humanity waiting for the leftovers from people that they just throw out stuff. So this is great. I'm going to recommend this to the COP conference in Montreal, the big conference of 20,000 delegates from all over the world talking about. I don't think the subject of dumpster diving as an ecological conservation thing is brought up. Perhaps you, Danny, can go to the conference as a representative of the Dumpster Diving Association of North America. Would you? Yeah, you're going to the conference. Okay, we'll get an update on your lecture and how you've influenced world leaders about the whole issue of dumpster diving. See ya.